And welcome to Middle Ground Books After Hours.
My name's Megan.
I am Debra.
And I am Lance.
You are a robot.
We're really happy that you joined us this evening. So this episode is probably dropping
In May.
On
the future.
The first Thursday of May.
7th?
It'll be the 7th. So you have missed May the 4th. We had a wonderful turnout. We had a judged exhibition of cardboard and duct tape Star Wars paraphernalia.
You know, I'm going to have to make an entry just in case no one shows up because I could maybe win a prize. I don't generally win prizes for crafting things, but if no one else brings one, I could win.
Yeah. I think we're going to have different categories, like one for each of us. So you whatever you make, I'll just make something.
You'll give me some
prize for the best entrant by a pink-haired, beautiful girl.
Aww. You're so sweet to me.
Yeah, and Megan said she isn't going to do an entry because she's a slacker.
Yeah. Yep. I'll start one and then give up halfway through.
No.
And so I'll make an award, best partial entry.
Thank you.
Perfect.
Happy to win that one.
In the category of best partial entry.
Also, Mother's Day is coming up on the 10th, so hopefully
10th or 11th?
we are trying to plan in the future, and
I don't know.
Damned if it isn't really hard. So we're either going to have a bottles and books thing if one of the liquor stores agrees with us, where you get a percentage off or some special deal on a bottle of wine for mom if you have that kind of mom, or
May 10th, Sunday, May 10th is Mother's Day.
Yes, and or a book and blossom with a participating flower store where you buy a book or buy some flowers and get percentage off with one of our participating partners. If that hopefully that happens.
Works out.
That's what we're working on.
Keep an eye on the socials.
We want to do that. We need to plan in the future instead of retroactively we have been doing.
Yeah. And book clubs. So the Mysterious Mystery Book Club is coming up. What's the Mysterious Mystery Book Club this time, Debbie?
So our group will be meeting on the third Tuesday, which is May 19th. And the book this month is Strange Buildings. I've actually already finished the entire book. I read it in less than 2 days because it was very fascinating and very enthralling and very different from any other mystery that I've read up till this point. But it was really cool. I guess it was similar to some things I've experienced. But come join us if you want to read it. You can get a physical copy from us in the store, or you can buy an ebook copy through our bookshop.org, or you can listen to it on Libra FM. So that'll be fun.
And what about the fantastical fantasy?
I'm not sure why you said it that way, but we are going to be reading Silver Cloak by L.K. Stephen, and that we will meet on May 21st. It was originally going to fall during Unbound Gravel, and we said, nope.
And Unbound Gravel is coming up at the end of May, and it's a great time to meet, especially people from all over the world. So we'll have people, even this last week, we had people in from Belgium, and it's actually a strange week. Like the week before that, we had in someone from Japan. There's just a lot of different people from all over the world who come through Emporia, whether it's for cycling or for dynamic discs or just
the university
or business people.
Or just because Kansas is the center of it all.
I feel like we need the logo music for Kansas right there.
Home on the range.
I forgot to talk about my book club.
So
the deer and the antelope play.
What are you going to read, Lance, for your book club?
I forgot about it. I'm starting an Alien World. I feel like I need to use...
Is that going to be every month, or are you just changing up your book club for whatever you're feeling at the time? It's the Lance's Esoteric Book Club.
No, so the reason my hand was forced this month.
Oh, okay.
Because we have a very dear customer who... I described a book to this customer, and he was fascinated by it. It's The Close Encounters Man, which is a biography of J. Allen Hynek, and the way... the UFO flap from 1950s through 1980, basically, where there were all these sightings, and J. Allen Hynek had to figure out what in the devil was happening. And so he came up with a formula. Really, in a lot of ways, good science. But he became a really popular person, but at the same time was castigated and shunned by many scientists.
Isn't that the book that I ordered for the store and you thought, no one's gonna want this book?
That's a different one.
That he read a long time ago.
Different UFO book.
Yes, and this J. Allen Hynek, he's the reason the Hubble Space Telescope exists. He was an astronomer. And this book is gets into in some places it runs kind of slow, but because it's just talking about 1900s and the state of astronomy as it was at that time. So that is happening. We are also going to be doing a Hobbit book club, and that is for the other book club. That's the ones that's just whatever the hell I feel like reading. And one of our dear customers, again, really expressed a desire to read The Hobbit, and especially understanding that customer's reasons, it was, we are going to read The Hobbit together, and we are going to have second breakfast.
I haven't read that in a minute. It's been a while, so I should maybe do a reread.
It may not happen in May because May is clogged with Memorial Day and
graduations,
Unbound
Mother's
Gravel
Day,
and graduations, and
for sure.
La Grind, I think, is also happening soon. I think that's even this month yet.
I don't even know.
La Grind? I don't know how it would be pronounced.
It's like a
French.
shorter bike race to help people prep and prepare for Unbound Gravel.
Okay.
And we are going to be talking about Dungeon Crawler Carl, Matt Dinniman. But before we get into that, I am actually going to preface this with some of you, like me, had never heard of lit RPG. So...
Okay, yes, Dungeon Crawler Carl is in the genre of lit RPG, and that is a fairly new genre of book, I would say. So what do you want to tell us about it?
Well, lit RPG, for those who don't know, is new genre in which basically the book is governed by a role-play game sort of dynamic, whether that's a computer game or whether that's Dungeons and Dragons. Typically within the book, there are accomplishments and quests and level ups and statuses. And there is a sort of game dynamic that both provides the foundation for the game and kind of the overarching framework for the book. In many ways, many of these books are essentially an isekai. And some of you, again, will say,
What's an isekai?
What the heck is an isekai?
So, Megan, do you want to describe an isekai?
So an isekai is used to describe a genre of manga or anime that the protagonist is transported to another world, and so they have to kind of figure out this new environment. If it's frequently someone from the more modern world is transported to like a medieval magical world, and they have to like fight monsters and level up, and they have stats. So that's
the other
basically what it is.
characters in the drama may not have access to looking at stats, but the one who's transported has like these screens that talk about different skills and different status points.
Frequently, yeah.
Yeah.
So some samples within that genre would be Sword Art Online, or I was reincarnated as a slime.
Yeah.
Or that time I was reincarnated as a sword, or
the online shopper one.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. There's so many isekai, and I feel like that's like primarily the genre of anime we watch. I get so much so that I get them all confused. So like when we were talking about them, I'm going to jumble up all of them because we've watched so many, and they're almost all of them are isekai.
And I think that it is also related to how we sell so many books in the fantasy genre. I think that it's just a nice form of escapism when
for sure.
You're feeling stressed and overwhelmed by modern life and how things seem to be blowing up all around us. It's a nice imaginative thing to be like, what if I could go to a completely different world?
And where I'd have a whole new set of problems.
Yeah, but
with a demon lord or some sort of monster
but I
that's
have
trying
all
to
these
kill me.
superpowered skills and abilities I don't have
That is
now.
true. That is true.
And frequently what happens within an isekai is the main character, whoever that main character may be, in many cases it is a male, is overpowered or OP for old people. And so within the lit RPG genre, the main company we deal with is Aethon, because they've just been great to us. They actually only sell on Amazon, but we had a customer, a friend, who said, hey, I want this book, this book, this book. We could not order them through any of the typical channels because Amazon is hateful.
Well, they're definitely a monopoly who is not seeking to help independent booksellers.
They are, not for
so
local businesses, so.
We reached out directly.
True, of any kind, not just booksellers, but yeah.
I reached out directly to Aethon and said, hey, look, we have a customer who wants your books. He'd rather buy them from us than from Amazon. Can you help us out? And Aethon just basically said, yeah, you order them from us and we'll tell Amazon to ship them to you. So they actually give us not a huge discount, but they cut into their own profits in order to allow us to sell their books to our customers. So
which we very much appreciate.
Plug them, and they have a bunch of different titles, from He Who Fights Monsters,
Primal Hunter,
Hell Difficulty Tutorial.
And the one you're reading.
Yes. Delvers LLC, which I will talk about shortly. I can't speak to all of the different lit RPG books, but they have. If you heard our episode where we kind of dissed Travis Baldry a little bit, a lot of them do have a lot in common. Male protagonist, video game framework, or D&D framework, a progressive fantasy where essentially the main character grows stronger and stronger and stronger, overcoming past difficulties, etc. There is frequently, but not always, a romance, and sometimes even a harem aspect, depending on what the manga or lit RPG is about, a manga, anime, or lit RPG is about. And so, for example, Delvers LLC, that I have almost finished, but not quite, by Blaise Corvin, which is published by Aethon, is about these two guys, Jason and Henry, who get basically drafted by this god to take part in his research project on this planet Ludus. And essentially they're given special superpowers, and the god is really kind of a douche. And essentially there's this whole world, there's a whole magic system, there's a lot of technical jargon there, level up. And within Delvers LLC, as a book, there are places where the writing is bad. It's just not good. He was very shocked. Like that sentence is almost verbatim for something. And the use of exclamation points is, I've never seen so many exclamation points.
So it needs to be cleaned up a little bit.
Messages that my former boss used to send me, you were always making fun of her because she was overusing exclamation points. Is it even more than nameless boss, who I shan't name in case she ever listens to a podcast?
I feel like, I don't know that it is... And then I wanted to just say the name. It's not to that point, I don't think. I feel like the exclamation points, as the book goes on, there are fewer exclamation points, which kind of makes me happy. But despite the fact that in many places the writing is poor, simple sentences, the use of trash words like very, like a comp teacher is going to look at this and say this is sophomoric. But it's a good story.
So it has a good plot and good characters, at least.
And you could say that elements of it are, teenage wish fulfillment, et cetera, et cetera. But what
wouldn't that be true of all isekai?
Well, wouldn't that be true? Oh, you're telling me that, Sarah J. Maas or Rebecca Yarros is not, teenage wish fulfillment. It totally
not just
is.
teenage, maybe.
Well, I mean, it's
wish fulfillment,
it's
just in general.
Middle-age wish fulfillment, maybe.
Because fantasy is escapism. You're wanting to, you're imagining this world that you might like to be in.
What you're imagining if life was as it should be, maybe.
No, you're imagining yourself as Superman, or you're imagining yourself as Wonder Woman,
I suppose
or you're
with
imagining
the
yourself
isekai,
as
they are overpowered. So yeah, it's like.
And in Rebecca Yarros, you're imagining yourself as an all-powerful wizardess that all the hottie boys are falling for. Hi. If you've enjoyed listening to Middle Ground Books After Hours and you think, what do these freakazoids look like? You could look on our Facebook page.
Or our website.
Or our YouTube channel.
Or our MySpace page.
TikTok.
Don't look there.
Oh, we have the TikToks.
We do.
Or Tumblr.
We don't have Tumblr.
Okay, but the ones they said we can do, and so you can just get on the internet, or if you just search Middle Ground Books,
You'll find us.
Yep. We turn up
like
at the top.
it happens.
Yeah.
Like we're happening place.
You can visit us in person at 606 Commercial in Emporia, Kansas.
Or there are so many ways.
So, yeah, I think I said that when we've watched some of those isekai. I'm like, okay. Did a teenage boy write this?
But this is all because on the 12th of May, the new Dungeon Crawler Carl book, which is called The Parade of Horribles, is going to drop. And
Which is
Volume 8. So if you're not on Volume 8, you are way behind.
Get after it.
You've got a few days left. You can read through the night.
And I am going to read the description.
Okay.
You guys haven't heard this because
No.
you probably haven't looked. A Parade of Horribles. It's off to the races in the explosive 8th book in the Dungeon Crawler Carl series. I feel like it needs like a monster truck.
Actually.
Parade of Horribles, Parade of Horribles, Parade of Horribles. It's off to the races in the 8th book in the Dungeon Crawler Carl series. As chaos and mass panic spread outside the dungeon in the wake of faction wars, Carl and Donut find themselves on the 10th floor where they're forced to compete in a surprisingly normal set of tasks.
What?
Normal for the dungeon.
Oh, which is not normal at all.
Races. Get from point A to B and don't come in last. After each race, they pick an upgrade for their vehicle and the track gets more challenging. It all seems too normal. A little too simple. Ignore those strange glitches that are occurring with increasing frequency. Don't listen to those whispers about what's happening on the mysterious 11th floor, something the system AI calls a parade of horribles. Nobody, not even the showrunners, knows what that means. Just that the AI has ominously dubbed it a coming out party for the ages. Everything is fine, Crawler. Everything is fine.
That was a good hiccup.
Oh, wow.
Carl hates that it's business as usual. The rules of this floor have taken away his agency. That just will not do. So Carl is planning a party of his own. It's a plan so dangerous, so insane, he can't even consult his friends lest the AI put a stop to it. Because if it goes wrong, it's not just the end of Carl and Donut. No. The stakes are higher than they've ever been.
I mean, the stakes have always been high.
Yeah,
so
it's
that
for the fate of the
confuses me.
planet.
That confuses me. How can the stakes be higher?
I guess we'll find out. It's going to be something bonkers. And I can't even imagine what it's going to be because you can never predict with these books. And that's what I love about them. You never know what the heck crazy stuff is going to come out.
So let's take a step back. For the people who have not read Dungeon Crawler Carl,
You're missing out.
I don't know. It could be that our friends in Sweden or in Vietnam don't know about Dungeon Crawler Carl.
They might not.
I mean, we've talked about it quite a bit.
So the first thing is, if you haven't read Dungeon Crawler Carl
Fix
and
that.
you don't want to, because it is getting so much buzz and so much hype, and it seems like it's getting popular, I totally get you. If you've had 11 people tell you, you've got to read this book, and your temperament is such that if someone tells you you need to do something, you just say no.
I
you
think I
talking
know
about
someone.
yourself
Yeah,
here?
I think that rings a bell.
would
I know
have to
someone
say,
like that.
I also am like that.
For those of you who haven't read Dungeon Crawler Carl, I was a young person in the 90s, in the former millennia, and people told me, "Oh, you gotta watch." What was the name of the movie?
So many things. There's so many movies that you've refused to watch.
No, the one big one, the one with Keanu Reeves, the
Matrix.
Yeah. Oh, dude, The Matrix. You gotta watch The Matrix, and I was like, no, I never will.
And you did.
I did finally.
Finally, because out of respect for somebody who told him that he was like, okay, because you told me I will. But it took literally decades.
Until like 2 years ago.
Yeah.
Like,
So
I
Lance
watched
is
The Matrix.
perpetually late to the party.
No,
it's my party. I can be late if I want to.
He's usually ahead of
True.
the party. Like, usually he is interested in things and cares about things before they become popular. So, for instance, Dungeon Crawler Carl. I mean, like, we've been fans before all of the hype and all of it blew up.
We were not the OG fans.
No,
They're the OG
That's
fans.
not what I'm trying to say, though. I'm just saying he's generally ahead of the curve.
We were right ahead of when it exploded.
Or
but not much.
like several thousand years behind the curve. Like,
It's one of those, yeah.
so
Oh, you mean like how you are reading the Egyptian Book of the Dead? Is that what you mean?
Yeah, or-
yeah, for sure.
like I think that was
And
hot.
Sumerian hasn't been hot for
Not a while.
maybe
Yeah,
a
That's-
year or two.
It's cooled. Like I'm a little bit
Not the
behind.
hot trend.
It's not hot off the clay presses.
So believe me, we get you if you don't know about Dungeon Crawler Carl and you're hearing all the hype and you're like, I don't know. And okay, if you haven't read all the books, what I just read about book 8 is utterly meaningless.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think, have we given a rundown on the podcast before about what Dungeon Crawler Carl is? It is
Yes.
technically a lit RPG. Mm-hmm. It has a lot in common with the Hunger Games.
A little bit in the competition sense, and it's very deadly,
And it's like a reality TV show.
which is also Hunger Games.
And it has actually a bit in common with the Running Man, but not insofar. Like, this is a corporate thing instead of an individual thing.
It has gaming elements. It has Dungeons and Dragons elements.
Lots of aliens.
It has sci-fi aliens. It's hard to describe without sounding insane. I feel like I've said that a lot. There's also this guy's videos that online that I've come across when he's talking about Dungeon Crawler Carl. He's kind of made these joke videos where he said that if you're trying to explain Dungeon Crawler Carl to someone, you sometimes sound like a toddler who's making up a story as they go. Like, and he'll go like, and then Carl and his talking cat, they got in a fight with the lava llamas, and then they, and all
And
of the
for
things,
those of you who don't know, the lava llamas that sell meth,
yeah,
that's a real thing. Like, that's not a made up thing. That's actually part of the story.
Well, all of the things that he says in his videos sound absolutely just bonkers, but it's all things that happen. And then he sounds just like this toddler that's just making up stuff. So yeah, I mean, he's told in those videos, he's like, it's kind of a hard sell, but they're so good. He's like, these books are really good. Please read them.
So the book is science fiction, and it is, I would even say, high science fiction. Because, and the reason I say it is still high science fiction, is there is hardcore technological, there's a core of science to it, especially when it comes to artificial intelligence and what constitutes a person, and the notion that AI might be much older than any of us know about. Intergalactic politics, notions of how the universe is structured. Like, there is the overarching framework, and that's what one of the things I think that makes Dungeon Crawler Carl different from either the isekai or from many of the other lit RPGs is it has a very secure and a very solid high science fiction foundation and structure.
I wouldn't have said that about it. But I like with hard sci-fi, to me,
It's humorless and dry and boring.
No, well, yes. Like hard sci-fi is more like it's based in a lot of like science that's already been like studied and makes sense.
No, it's also very all speculative. Hard sci-fi is completely speculative.
Yeah, tachyon emissions.
Is
Like
that considered-
tachyons are like they're speculated, but tachyons we don't really know, like, because there's no way to experimentally verify like that this particle actually moves back and forth through time. So I'm going to stick by my guns and saying that at base, not in terms of the way in many ways it is flippant. What do you got?
Hard sci-fi prioritizes scientific accuracy, technical detail, and plausible physics, focusing on how technology works. For example, The Martian. Soft sci-fi prioritizes sociology, psychology, and storytelling, often using unexplained technology to focus on characters or social themes, such as Star Trek.
And I think there's going to be some people out there who say that Star Trek is soft sci-fi.
That's what that said.
Yeah.
That's what that says, yes.
I'm thinking there's some people out there that are going to take issue with that.
And I would say that the sci-fi of decades past, the hard sci-fi, was completely speculative.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know who made that definition, and when I would say that the definitions of hard sci-fi have changed through the decades. In the 1950s, what was considered hard sci-fi would be very different than what it would be considered now. Just like how many definitions of many things change over time. So I don't know that we can, here in this discussion, come to a conclusion of what is hard sci-fi and what is not, because I'm pretty sure that definition has been fluid.
Well, and especially you get into quantum physics and stuff like the Heisenberg uncertainty principle. Essentially, we're getting into Dungeons and Dragons, magic-y magic territory at that point, because Heisenberg uncertainty.
So they consider hard sci-fi physics, chemistry, engineering, and soft sci-fi, so like soft sciences, psychology, sociology, politics.
You're gonna.
So there's like a blending.
And if you look at a physics textbook from 50 years ago, or even 20 years ago, it is going to be completely different from a physics textbook now.
So, well, let's choose what is obviously a hard sci-fi, which would be the three-body problem. Obviously, are you going to accept that the three-body problem is high sci-fi, hardcore science and technology?
I don't know that.
I've not read it, so I don't know.
It's a tough read. Like it is, we just had a good example of The Martian, or not The Martian. Project Hail Mary.
Yeah, they're both by the same author, yeah.
So since we've all been through Project Hail Mary, you accept that as high sci-fi?
It has both. It has
which is what I was trying to say.
Prints a lot of science, but it also has the character development. But that's not really what I was talking about. I was trying to say that science is constantly changing. And what physicists today understand and discuss is way different than what physicists when we were in elementary school understood or discussed. And so authors who write in the field of sci-fi, trying to pin it down and say which they are, that's really hard because science is constantly changing and developing.
Right. I guess I see it as, if we're talking about Dungeon Crawler Carl and how things are today, it focuses a lot on psychology and politics, not so much on how the spaceship works. You know, it's not
not the focus.
Yeah.
So Starship Troopers is a great high sci-fi that everybody freaking hates because it's boring and stupid. And the Starship Troopers movie that they made from Starship Troopers is so much more popular because it makes fun of the book that it's based upon. So, I mean, at one point, if it's all science and you're all concerned with the science, nobody cares because it's boring.
And the audience for it would be very, very
Minute.
Narrow. Yeah.
And the thing that I think that is different with Dungeon Crawler, and the point I was making, is what separates it from being simply an isekai is that it has a framework that is science fiction framework. It has a larger underpinning meta-narrative that it belongs to, that it makes sense within the world of science, physics, computer technology, etc., at least as we imagine them to be. Mm-hmm. And it's not just floating in the void like so many other lit RPG books where it's just,
this is a world I made up.
This is a world I made up. It's magic, but with science instead.
Mm. Yeah.
You can weigh in on this, guys, especially if you've read Dungeon Crawler Carl. Is it really sci-fi or does it not count?
I feel like it's sci-fi and fantasy because there's magic spells and stuff too. It's truly a blend of sci-fi and fantasy. But I know those genres get kind of lumped together a lot, but I feel like this has really both things.
But the magic is more a part of the game and the artificial world. It's not like they think it's actual magic. They are still just created.
It's a
sort
simulation.
of like digital. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not like, I don't think they believe in any actual magic. Those are just things that the AI has created for
The
them
NPCs might.
to use as tools in the course of the game and in the
Right.
course of the dungeon. I don't think there's any belief that magic itself is actually real in Dungeon Crawler Carl.
For the people who are in the dungeon that are like, were from Earth, yes. I would say yes. But as far as NPCs that believe that this world is a thing,
Well, and
But
that's a way that the book, I think, makes it a compelling read, is it's not just sciencey science. It actually gets into what is meaning, what is perception, and it really has
what is reality?
it has a really good philosophic bent. And even in the book club this last week, we had people talking about the subconscious and the relationship between the players and the AI and what was really real, and
Father figures and
mother
Families,
figures.
yeah.
And
So here's my first one.
first one, what?
This is my first comment, just for you guys to blind respond to.
Comment from?
From Reddit.
Okay.
I prefer Felix, and this is from 2 years ago now. I couldn't get very far into it because I found the humor insufferable.
I prefer Felix what?
That's his handle.
Okay.
And he
okay.
said, I couldn't get very far into it because I found the humor insufferable.
It is not humor for everybody. It is crass at times. So if you're a type of person that's going to clutch your pearls over some inappropriate jokes, this ain't for you. You need to sit this one out.
It's true. Yeah, I think that Felix is maybe a little uptight. And
might
that's
be
why
more-
he didn't like the humor.
Just saying. Sorry,
Yeah.
Felix.
All right, Debbie, 3 inappropriate things within the Dungeon Crawler Carl series.
I need a baby seal.
That was really bad.
That was pretty terrifically bad.
All of the references to bottles of lotion.
Oh,
Yeah. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Those are the two most obvious. There's the whole, what is it? When they're on the camel planet. The,
Humptown.
yeah, but in Humptown, there is the street that's called something alley. Weird Shit Alley.
Oh, yeah. Weird Shit Alley.
Weird Shit Alley. There's just all kinds of sexual innuendo and things that it's not even innuendo. It's past innuendo. It's sexually explicit,
Just, yeah.
wrong things. So that, yeah, if you can't handle that, like if you're not okay with middle school boy kind of
I think
bad comments.
college.
Okay, yeah,
college
I guess
boy.
college. I am
Dude
older now.
humor.
Yeah, if that's gonna make you be like shocked, then no. But if you can just be like, okay, yeah, whatever, dude, like you'll be fine.
And Megan, 3 inappropriate.
Oh, geez. I don't know. Just the whole entire foot fetish thing. Samantha, her existence.
Okay, so explain the foot fetish.
So the AI has.
Okay, the AI is the showrunner. He is the one who generates the dungeons, gives the non-player characters all their personalities and movements, perceives everything, knew about Earth before it collapsed, etc. And he has a personality, and
his personality is obsessed with Carl's feet for some creepy reason.
He doesn't want Carl to ever get shoes. He likes Carl to squish things with his feet.
Yeah, it's weird, man. So yeah, I
That's
don't want
one.
to. Just Samantha.
Samantha is
A decapitated sex doll head. Sorry.
I would kid your mother.
Yeah, like everything that comes out of her mouth is horrible. Like it's gonna make people be like, "Oh my god!" But like you kind of just have to realize that she's absolutely insane. This is what I mean. You sound like a crazy person trying to explain these books.
Okay, so one more. That's 2.
I don't know. Lots of things that Quasar says is wildly inappropriate too.
Quasar is at one point Carl's lawyer.
What do you mean? At one point, he is Carl's lawyer.
Yeah. Anyway, so spoilers ahead, I guess, because we've been talking about stuff that isn't till later books. But yeah, he makes a lot of inappropriate comments about all kinds of stuff. Like, pretty much the way he talks in general is just all kinds of.
So for me,
Yeah.
there's one point where the dungeon basically generates gods and monsters from Earth's mythology and religions.
Oh, yeah.
And so there is, and this is during a portion of the game where they are using basically Pokemon cards.
I've heard it described as Yu-Gi-Oh, but...
Yu-Gi-Oh, probably better.
Anyway, it's a
card-based game
battles.
where they have to like collect these different characters, and one of them is Uzi Jesus. You notice it's not Uzi Muhammad, or even Uzi Buddha,
Or Uzi Gandhi.
That wouldn't make sense, but okay.
Uzi Jesus doesn't make sense.
And so, like, that pushes the envelope. Like, that is probably going to be offensive to some people.
You kind of just have to,
You guys have had some great ones.
like...
Do you have another Reddit comment for us?
I do.
Okay, I'm ready.
This is from the Reddit post, Our Fantasy, one mic to read them all, writes, I was eventually forced to admit that the book actually had a lot of heart, great character, growth from both Carl and Princess Dawn, and a lot of side characters that are actually very endearing. It helps that Carl finds the humor of the dungeon as annoying as I do. If it was presented straight, it would be unbearable. One friend compared it to Borderlands, and that's actually a really solid comparison. Great in small doses, but it quickly gets old.
Well, that's the point of the AI, is just over the top. Like, it's supposed to be crazy. Like, it's not supposed to be fun. This game that they're playing isn't fun. It's messed up. That's the point.
So he does admit that the characters are worthwhile.
Yes. The character
I guess what you're
development,
wanting
yeah.
us to respond to is him saying that great in small doses, but it quickly gets old.
Yeah.
I don't think it can get old because it's constantly changing.
Yeah, each book's different.
And I guess you don't, if he thinks it quickly gets old, then it's maybe just that person hasn't had the experience to identify with the characters and really feel what they're going through. Like, if you've had a pretty easy life, then yeah, you're not going to connect with and care about what's happening with the characters. But if you've had some real struggles and some real grief, it's not going to get old because it's going to keep hitting you in new ways and speaking to your experience in new ways. So I'm sorry to say this, whoever you are that commented on Reddit, but that tells me that you are a shallow person who hasn't really had a real life.
Ooh,
wow.
Shots fired, Debbie.
I'm just saying, like, literally, like, maybe he just didn't give it enough time and didn't get into the real actual things. I can't remember which volumes it gets into the really hard, difficult stuff with, like, Carl's parents and his sibling and Katya and the things that she went through. Maybe he gave up before he got to that.
It could be, yeah.
Or maybe he honestly just hasn't suffered in his life, so he doesn't get it. No, I'm being serious.
I mean, yeah. No, it's true.
I think that's fair. And that's really the thing about this book. I think I'm going to weigh in on this just a little bit in a very different and bizarre way.
He-Man and the Masters of the Universe.
Oh, that movie that's coming out?
I have the power.
That whole cartoon was generated to sell toys.
What?
Like,
Shocking.
that was the only reason that existed, and all of them.
Toys
It was
which you still
acceptable
have?
in the 80s.
I don't think I do anymore.
I mean, our
still-
children grew up playing with
Yeah.
your toys.
And so, and the cartoons were insipid, and they always had a moral at the end. And now you still see the memes of Skeletor. Remember, like whatever you see on whatever your social media
Like,
platform.
why did they have the bad guy give you a message? That's so messed up
well,
when you think
normally
about
it was
it.
He-Man, but
And
you
that
know, on
little
the memes,
floaty guy with no face. What was his name?
Orko.
Orko.
Yeah.
But Skeletor did give the messages sometime, which, when you think about
Yes.
it, is very messed up. Like, why would you want children
I'm taking
to listen
advice
to
from you,
the
Skeletor.
Right, he's the bad guy.
It's
You're
the
evil.
same, well, it's the same reason you watch Fails. Like, this is what not to do.
Okay. Anyway, sorry for interrupting. What were you trying to say about He-Man before I so rudely interrupted?
In so many ways, it's preachy and schmaltzy and moralistic and simplistic and dumb. This is not that.
It's a lot more complicated than that.
Everything is complicated and everything like is like real life. and things that, could be a lot easier, a lot more cut and dried, a lot more simple. Humans complicate that and make the simple and straightforward become neither simple nor straightforward. And I think for not only Carl as a protagonist, but the other thing that I think differentiates Dungeon Crawler Carl from lots of the other lit RPGs is, Carl is getting pretty strong, but his entire cadre of secondary characters are also stronger. And Donut, as a Persian showcat, a full-fledged character.
And does a lot of character development, too. Like, she grows a lot. And, yeah.
And so it is, in so many ways, it's not flat. It's not simplistic. It's not merely wish fulfillment. Some very terrifically terrible things happen. And
I feel like the people who think that it's just some stupid, insipid thing aren't paying enough attention.
Or they've given up too soon.
Yeah. I mean, because even when I first got the first book in the store, like the description of it, I'm like, that sounds like a fun, silly, good time. That sounds cute.
And then it got real.
And then, wow, here we are.
And there's a lot of different Reddit comments that oh, this is fluffy popcorn. And then it got real.
Yep.
Oh, I was here for the, jokes and whatever. And then it got real.
Yeah.
So this is the last one. I'm just going to throw this out here. This is, again, from Reddit, Fawns 1851, 24 days ago. As the series goes on, you get more focus on the characters and development of themes. It's still absolutely gonzo, but that is often in service of horror and the characters. So over and over again, and even in some of the different mainstream media outlets, they describe both the story and the fans as gonzo.
As in crazy?
Yeah.
And it makes my heart feel a little warm because gonzo was always the character
You
that I identified with.
Yes.
So is the book gonzo?
Yes.
Are the fans gonzo?
Yes.
Absolutely. And we love you all.
And we're part of that.
Come to 606 Commercial on the last Sunday of each month and join our fellowship.
Oh, but not this month. Or next month.
Not May.
May.
No,
What's happening in May? Well, the Unbound Gravel is happening on that last Sunday, which means it will be
difficult to find parking downtown. So we're going to do something different.
The first Tuesday in June, which is June 2nd.
Okay. But generally, the last Sunday of the month, you can come and join us,
find us
and find all of your friends who also understand DCC.
So now, Padawan.
As I'm sitting here wearing my Star Wars pants.
That goes so well with your Blackhawks jersey.
They do. Everything goes with a Blackhawks jersey.
Until next time.
We'll meet you in the middle.
Hey, I'm Lance from Middle Ground Books. You've been listening to Middle Ground Books After Hours with Debra, Megan, and me. Frankly, you might deserve a medal for that action. Come see us at the store at 606 Commercial Street in Emporia. The store is a little like an introvert's fever dream. You're always welcome, and we'll always be glad to see you. Middle Ground Books After Hours is produced and remotely engineered by Cosmic Atom Sound Studios, producing the vision and making a sound. Cosmic Atom Sound Studios, let's come together and build something new. Many thanks for hanging out with us this time, and until next time, we'll meet you in the middle. I don't know whether to feel happy for you or glad for you that you can't really see us. Like, that was the thing we talked about right before we started. Is like, nobody's going to see you.
How absolutely tired we look.
And we've got Debbie is wearing a Blackhawks hockey sweater that she got for me when we were in West Africa in a small village. That's a story in itself. Like, I'm wearing my Richard Scary Busy Town t-shirt, and Megan has on an oversized sweater.
and the most hideous pajama pants you've ever seen.
They are really bad.
I love them so
still
much.
don't know why you like them.
They're great. I wore them, so we do a pajama story time at the library sometimes, and I wore them for that, and everybody loved them. I'll have you know.
I wasn't
it's
there.
Like mainly, it's like mainly big cats with sunglasses on.
And pandas
but
and
there's
other
a panda,
wild
and
animals.
the panda doesn't have sunglasses, so I don't.
Oh, I thought it did. No, it has like a sparkly headband on. Like it's like photos of all kinds of zoo animals with different sunglasses or sparkly hair accessories photoshopped onto them. I saw them when we were shopping and I was like, these are hideous. I need them.